most of the times when we pass or even at work, there is always that statement that people say, oh, you are in attitude, you. When a person says you are in attitude, the majority of the times they mean you have a bad attitude. That's what they mean. So your skill in facing the challenges of life and moving forward is often shaped by the attitude that you hold. Attitude is a very small thing, but it makes a very big difference. It makes a very, very, very big difference. Makes a very big difference. So it's very important that we watch our attitude. Very important that we watch the way we react or respond to things. Very important. So welcome to the Spotlight, where we have meaningful conversations that edify, equip, and ignite the pursuit of purpose with me, Shileshe Joyce Mokonta. So remember to like, share, comment. Why am I happy? But anyways, you and I know that I am always happy to be here. So I was saying, remember to like, share, comment, and tag somebody. Follow the page and interact more with the page. And tell your friends to come and follow the page. Yes. So attitude is a collection of our thoughts, feelings, and action in a given scenario. They are formed as a result of our life's experiences, our upbringing, education, and social influences. Yes. So there is a certain way that all of us will respond, or there is a certain way that we think, all of us, about certain topics of life or about certain aspects of life. So that's the attitude that we are going to hold based on the things that we think about, the things that we feel, and the way we act about a certain situation. A certain situation. So make sure that you watch your attitude carefully. So basically, attitude has two sides of it. There is a positive attitude and there is a negative attitude. A positive attitude and the negative attitude. Have you ever brought an idea before a person and say, you know what, the plan is I intend to actually start this business. And then somebody says, you start this business and you think you're going to achieve it. So they are responding to you not because of you. They are responding to you based on their thoughts, their collection of thoughts and feelings towards that certain thing. Maybe they have experienced it before in their lives. They failed, hence they have picked up that idea to say this thing cannot work. A number of us have different attitudes towards different things. Some people have a very negative attitude towards education because of their experience with it. Maybe they were failing. Sometimes a number of us have different attitudes even when it comes to marriage. You've ever seen girls or men that have said to themselves that they will never get married. They have a negative attitude towards marriage, not because they don't think marriage is a good thing, but because of their upbringing. Maybe they came from an abusive home, where their parent, their mother or their father was being abused. Therefore, they've just taught themselves to say marriage is abusive. Therefore, they have a very bad attitude towards that thing. Or people that were abused in their childhood, they will have this resentment towards men because of the experience that they've had. And sometimes it's the level of education. Sometimes if you're not very educated, sometimes if you're not literate, it becomes very difficult for you to have a positive attitude towards certain things of life because you do not really have the knowledge or the exposure to it. Social influences, the way the people that you socialize with, the way they look at things, the way they perceive things, because you and the people that you hang out with, you have the same mindset the majority of the times. So you cannot be in a group of people that that speak negatively, probably maybe about a certain thing, and then you being the only person that speaks positively about it. The majority of the times you hear that if you have a group of people that are supporting football, there is a majority that all of them will actually support football. They may not support the same teams, but they will support different teams. But all of them are going to be a people that are going to be supporting football. So they have a positive attitude towards football. So even when it comes to politics, you would understand to say, for example, the Jehovah's Witness, when it comes to social influence. The Jehovah's Witness, all of them, they don't take part in anything that is political. Why? Because of their social beliefs. So our attitude is derived from our past experiences, our upbringing, our education, as well as our social influences. So my question to you is, what is influencing your attitude? What is influencing your attitude? So if we have not unlearned certain things from our past experiences, if we have not unlearned certain things from our upbringing and from an education and our social influence, then we will be able to have a negative attitude towards things that probably maybe could even work for us. Just because another person did not have a good experience with that particular job, with that particular issue, does not mean that even you will not have a good experience with it. Experience things for yourself. Experience things for yourself, but you can also learn from other people's mistakes. Yes, when I say experience things for yourself, I don't mean go and make mistakes for yourself. No, I don't mean that. At least I am Shan. Yeah. So we've defined what attitude is. So a positive attitude is a state of mind that allows you to envision and expect good things. It does not mean that you live in denial of the negative situations around you. This attitude allows you to be optimistic. There are people that are so positive, and dealing with them, working with them, just the vibe that they carry, their attitude will be able to rub on you. There are people where if you sit down with them to have a conversation, even when the situation is very difficult, they will push you into believing that this is a simple situation and it can be handled in no time. But the truth of the matter, the situation might actually be complex. Now, they are not living in denial that the situation at hand is complex or is difficult. They are not living in denial of that. They've accepted to say there is a situation ahead of us, but they are positive to say we can still be able to handle this situation. So they envision things and they expect the good out of things. So my question to you is, do you envision and expect good out of certain things? Do you? Do you have a positive attitude? So under positive attitude, we're saying it also means keeping a positive mindset and thinking about the greater good. You just don't think about the negative. You think about the greater good. No matter the circumstances that you are in, you still think about the greater good. I might be in a bad situation, but this bad situation, I can be able to learn A, B, C, and Z. And then when I come out of this situation, it will be able to help me to actually become a better person. People that have a positive mindset usually look at challenges as stepping stones to say, I am being challenged. Once I overcome this challenge, I'm actually going to become a better person because it would have stretched the way I think, it would have stretched the way I perceive things. So, and there are a good number of benefits with having a positive attitude. So people that have a positive attitude, the majority of the times, these are people that are confident. I love a confident muntu once. No. Dates, like, yo, they're confident. Like, their confidence is out of this world. Like, it's out of this world. They're always happy because they've kept a positive mindset. So they're always happy because they see the good in things. And then they're determined. They believe to say, I can still be able to do it no matter how bad the situation is. And at the same time, they're sincere. Because they will be able to tell themselves to say, yes, truthfully, this situation is difficult. Truthfully, I don't know how to do this thing, but I believe there is a way that I can do it. So they are sincere. They will tell you to say, I have never done this thing before, but I can learn. So, and then we jump into the negative attitude. A negative attitude is something that a person should avoid at all costs or should strive as hard as they should to actually overcome. The majority of the times, people that have a negative mindset, these are the people that are so negative about almost everything. They will focus on the bad and never really look at the good in anything. When they are thinking in a way of failing. When something is difficult, they will even tell you to say, ivive singafukwanise ivi, iyeve yakanga, ibine singapite. Because why? They keep a negative perspective, or they keep a negative attitude. So even when it comes to situations, when they are found in situations, a person who has a negative attitude, they will run away from situations. They will try as hard as possible to just come out of situations. And the majority of the times, they compare themselves with other people. They're constantly comparing themselves. Manja, what I am wearing, is this okay? Like, they're constantly comparing themselves towards another person, and in that comparison they are always finding a bad in themselves. They are always finding a bad in themselves. Uja iya imwandi niwamunche kuchilaini chamine chikwati pamina pepa kwate kaya nga bazanka na kunkala. Why are you being negative? Yes, she started work, but I don't even think she can actually manage to work. She started school, but I don't even think I can shine. Like, they have this negative energy around them. These people, they are the type of people where if you're going to sit down and have a conversation with them, even just for 5 minutes, you will be drained. Like, there is no positivity around them. The only thing that they are doing is they are ever complaining. There is always something wrong. If you sit with them, they will first of all start complaining about the dollar. They will complain about dollar. From dollar, they will start complaining about kwacha. From kwacha, they will complain about millimil. From millimil, they will complain about fuel. They don't even have a car. They will complain about fuel. From fuel, they just stay at home. They will complain about fuel. From fuel, they will complain about Bamakendan, who did what. They will complain how unfair their family members are. They will complain about their uncle who took their father's wealth some 31 years ago. They will complain about anything. By the time you're leaving their presence, you would have been drained. So those are the people with negative attitudes. Stay away from them. People that are constantly complaining, stay away from them. Not that I didn't warn you. Stay away from them. So these people, the type of behavior that they portray, they're always angry. Why are they angry? You don't know. They're always angry at something and someone. You've ever seen those people where maybe you were just sitting, maybe by mistake you step on them. The way they would just rush on you, like the way they would just come out on you, you'll be wondering, like, maybe is there something that I did to this person before? Maybe you don't even know them because they're so negative, they're so angry, they're so upset. Yes, we understand it's streaming from their childhood, it's streaming from their experiences, it's streaming from their social influence, it's streaming from their education. But why are you so angry? Why are you so... Number 2 is that these people are usually frustrated. They don't see anything important. They're doubtful. You tell them something, they always believe that it can't be done. I was actually thinking maybe since I can get the passport, then we can push and go to maybe States or any other place, then we just go and look for employment. Passports. You think we can go there and start life? They would doubt every little thing that you bring to them. They would doubt it. Somebody genuinely likes them, or somebody genuinely passes a comment on them. Oh, you look beautiful. Hey, why unsetting? Hey, nalishwa kumafena akale uyala unsetting. Kutale by nat nimbonika bwino. They even fail to appreciate comments. You just compliment them like this. They're draining. They will drain you of all the positivity that is in you. They will drain you. So now we're looking at the importance of having a positive attitude. So a positive attitude will help you live a happier life. The journey might not always be perfect, but when you keep a positive attitude, when you keep a positive mindset, it helps you actually to become more happy. Life is more enjoyable. Yes, things are difficult, but knowing the fact to say everything is going to be all right, because at the back of your head you're telling yourself to say, baby, don't worry about a thing, because every little thing It's gonna be alright. If I could sing, I was going to sing the whole lot of that song for you, but I can't sing. Yes. But you live a happier life when you keep a positive attitude or a positive mindset. This is because you're constantly looking at the positive side of everything. Constantly looking at the positive side of everything. Yes, you tell yourself to say, yes, the storm is raging, it's rough, it's hard, the economy is bad, fuel is high, middle meal is expensive, but we will still manage. We will still pull through. Happiness has no price. It's free. Happiness is free. And if you think as if happiness is a destination, it's not a destination. Keep waiting for you to be happy. Keep waiting to say, no, one day we are going to be happy. You will never be happy. The time is now and the time is today. Be happy, be happy. You know, this whole thing of waiting to say, no, better days are coming, so we are waiting for the better days in order for us to be happy. What if the better days are these same days that we have? What if there are no better days than this? So don't wait for a destination. Don't wait until you have things for you to be happy. Be happy now. Be happy now and make sure that you spread the happiness. I think if you know me or if you've met me in person, you'd actually realize that I think I smile more. Or I try to be as happy as I can. Even if in church, yeah, I try to be as happy as I can. Even if things are difficult, even if I'm not able to see the light at the end of the tunnel, but I try as hard as possible to just be as happy as I can and to share the love that I can with the next person standing to me. Next to me. Yeah, chisongwecho, guys. So there's also amazing healthy benefits that comes with being positive. Worrying will actually cause you to have a lot of things around you. Because you know that worrying also is a reason why people develop peptic ulcers. Yeah. Yeah. It's also a reason. And when you keep a positive mindset, it prevents you from actually getting depressed. Because even in that bad situation, you will be able to find a good in it. So it has a healthy benefits, not just on your physical health, but also on your mental health. So let's ensure that we try as hard as possible to keep a positive attitude for the sake of our health and our mental health as well. So it also helps us to build better relationships and also have a good social life. Because who wants to sit down and date a person who is negative 24/7? Who? You know how draining it is to have a partner who does not see positivity in anything. Already as it is, they at the back of their heads, they're telling themselves to say this relationship is not going anywhere. You are pushing, but they themselves they're telling themselves to say this relationship is not going anywhere. So when you have a positive attitude, it's easier to be with people that have a positive attitude because it's going to rub on you. It's easy to date a person who keeps a positive mindset. Even when you go to them and explain to them to say, baby boo, boo bear, this is what's going on right now. They will be able to tell you to say, babe, I think you can be able to overcome this. You know, I think you can be able to do this, to do this, to do this. On top of that, they even tell you, let's pray about it. Ewe. In 2025, never underestimate the power of dating a person or getting married to a person who has a positive attitude and can also pray. Never underestimate that power. Yes. So having people that are so negative, it's draining. It's draining. And you know, when you keep a positive attitude, everybody wants to be around you because you're positive, because you have this vibe, you know? Or vibe different. And then having a positive mindset also helps you, or having a positive attitude also helps you to overcome challenges. Not that it's easy to overcome challenges. It's not easy to overcome challenges. But you will be able to face the challenges that come. Even if you fail at a goal, you'll be able to tell yourself to say, I'm going to try again until it works out. Because at the back of your mind, you're telling yourself to say, it is possible and it can be done. So make sure that we develop a positive attitude, all of us. Remember, this is a spotlight where we have meaningful conversations that edify, equip, and ignite the pursuit of purpose. So remember to like, to follow, to comment, to tag somebody, and to interact more with the page. We always have daily topics that we talk about. So on a Monday through Saturday, Monday through Friday, there is always something that is being posted. Just come through, like, and comment. Yeah. And also remember to inbox us. Whatever that you'd want us to talk about, please make sure that you hit our inbox. We are so excited. Yeah. So how do you build a positive mindset? How do you build a positive mindset? Okay. We take a commercial break as we sipping in the coffee. In my life and in the next, I think when God was making coffee, he had me in mind, just like he had me in mind when he was making fish. And that was a commercial break. So back to our topic. Today we are talking about attitude. And we have said attitude is, so we've said attitude is what? The problem is that I play too much. So we've said attitude is a collection of thoughts, feelings, and actions in a given scenario, which is derived from our past experiences or current experiences, our upbringing, how we were raised, our education, how informed we are about certain things, as well as our social influence. Then we've said there are two types of attitudes. There's a positive attitude and a negative attitude. Yeah. So we were just from looking at the negative attitude. So we're saying if a person has a negative attitude, the majority of the times they're negative about almost everything. They are doubtful. They're angry. They're frustrated. Why they are frustrated? That's because they keep this negativity within them. And they are constantly comparing themselves with others. And then we've said when a person has a positive attitude, they envision and expect good things out of each and every circumstance. Not that they're living in denial of the negativity that is around them or that is happening to them, but they still keep a mindset that is optimistic. So people that have a positive attitude are usually confident, they got themselves. Yeah, they're usually vibe to them being nankanyai. Anyways, I was going to sing a song for you, but I've just remembered that. Yeah, and then they're also determined and they are also sincere. They actually tell themselves the truth. To say, okay, situation yako sako, but we'll be able to overcome it. So now we're looking at practical ways that can help us to build a positive attitude. So number one, practice positive self-talks. So all of us have conversations with ourselves. All of us. There is no person who never talks to themselves. And some of us have even upgraded. We even change voices in our heads. Conversations. Even before we talk to you, we would have played out the conversation in our head. We know how you're going to respond, and we know how we are going to react to your response. So ensure that as you have those conversations with yourself, make sure that you are positive in those talks. Don't talk down. Yeah, don't talk down at yourself. Don't talk down at yourself. Yeah. Ensure that as you talk to yourself, you talk to yourself in a way that encourages you to be more positive. Yes, more positive. So at the same time, challenge every thought that is negative. Like challenge every thought that is negative with a positive thought. The number two is surround yourself with people that are positive. So the environments that we are in usually rubs on us. So if you're going to sit in an environment where everyone is negative, then most likely even you'll become negative. So ensure that you surround yourself with people that have a positive attitude. Have a couple of friends that are goofy, guys. But abantu abasenda sana if into serious. Have those goofy friends. where you can just sit and laugh about anything and everything. Very important. And at the same time, also, in the same regard, also have people that are striving to become better in life, so that you also derive a motivation from them to say, I must also try to actually become better. If you want to challenge some certain things about yourself, surround with people that have done or accomplished the exact thing that you think cannot be done. If you think that marriage is a bad thing because of where you're coming from, surround yourself with people that have made it in their marriages. And then you will be able to learn one or two things. If you think that the economy is very bad, surround yourself with people that are making it, people that have money, and then you'll be able to see to say, actually, the economy might actually be better. So surround yourself with people that are positive in that specific area of your life where you are so negative, and then you will be able to actually pull out of it. Then practice gratitude. Always be grateful for the opportunities and the things that you have. Stop focusing on things that are not working. The majority of the times, if you have a negative attitude, it's because you're constantly focusing on things that are not working. You can't move forward if you are constantly looking at those things. A number of us are still standing on doors that have been closed for a very long time, and we're still knocking. We know that door has been locked for a long time and nobody is on the other side. But we cry, we keep sitting on that door, and we are so sad about it. But practice gratitude. Yes, this door is closed, but I am grateful that I have come a mile. I'm grateful that there is this. You know, in as much as I didn't really come from a very good, well-to-do family, but I'm grateful that I had people with me that loved me, that supported me. Be grateful. Be grateful for the things that have worked for you. Not everything has worked for you. Yes, we are not disputing that fact, but be grateful for the things that have worked for you. Yes, mlete sha. We understand that auntie of yours did not treat you right, that uncle of yours did not treat you right. But despite it all, they still gave you shelter. They still gave you food. Even if the food was not enough, they still gave you food. Yes, they didn't buy you clothes every other month. Yes, but you still didn't move naked. Be grateful. Alatureta sha. Yeah. You just want to focus on the bad things that they did to you or the bad things that have happened to you. Be grateful. We understand that relationship did not end on a good note. Yes, that person did you bad. We understand. But be grateful that at a certain point you were happy in that relationship. Your work environment is toxic, but be grateful that you still get paid at the end of the month. Let's learn to be grateful. Yes, the economy is bad, but let's learn to be grateful that we are still able to eat, even if it's just 2 meals in a day. Let's be grateful. Gratitude is very, very important. Very important. Turn on some music, guys. Music has a way to lift our spirits. So listen to that song. Listen to that song. So I think for people who work with me in the office, more especially those that are close to me, they will understand that on my bad days, there is a song that I usually play. Song done by Chilewan, Ndikapondo Sana. I can do it. Nalikosa teine mbuli. Twawanga malembe tatuwawawa. Twawanga wishi wabana. Yes, that song. That song gives me the motivation that I need. Even when things are tough, I'm like, yes. I'm still going to rise up. You get, so turn up some music. Listen to some songs that will give you a positive energy. Keep positive to energy. Number 5, accept where you are currently. You can't rush life. No matter how busy you are, you can't rush through things and through the processes of life. You must be patient. So accept where you are and keep pushing. Be content with what you have and keep pushing for the better things that you desire to have. Very, very important. very important to accept where you are. The issue is we are sitting down here and crying over the plans that we had made. We're so rigid. We want things to have been done the way we thought. Yes, we understand according to your plan. Abba, you would have done this, you would have done that. But accept where you are right now. Accept where you are right now. It's through accepting that things are like this that you'll be able to actually come out of that situation positively. But if you're going to sit down there and cry over the level that you have not yet attained in life, you're being unfair towards yourself. Life has times and life has seasons. And seasons and times do not come at the same time. The fact that you and your best friend went to the same school, studied the same things, and it doesn't mean that things are going to happen for all of you at the same time. You can't cry over things that have not worked for you. Accept where you are. You are doing yourself a favor when you accept where you are. Okay, even if you don't accept, and then what? You think things are going to change if you don't accept? You just end up frustrating yourself. So just accept. Hey, this time I am unemployed. Yes. But one day, I'll keep pushing. I'll learn a skill. Content creator, I will do something. Accept where you are and stop crying for levels that you have not yet attained. At this particular point, I could have been working. I should have done this. I should have done that. I should have done that. Keep your head forward and accept where you are. This is where I am, but the goal still remains. I will have to achieve A, B, C, and Z. It will take time, yes. It will delay, yes. But at the end of the day, when everything aligns, even the Bible says, at the right time, I, the Lord, will make it happen. Keep praying, keep believing, keep trusting. To say it's not in my power. You know, sometimes we stress over. And sometimes we stress ourselves over things that we have no control over. Accept where you are. It will do you good. Accept where you are and keep pushing for where you want to be. Yes. Number 6, find your unique meaning in life. When you have lost it all, having a positive mindset will help you gain your strength and find your purpose again. Find your purpose and stick to it. Learn how to live in the best way that you can. Do the things that you love. Recognize that the power to carry on lies within you. The power to carry on, the power to move on, the power to let go lies within you. The best things will surely come if you do not give up, if you continue pushing. But if you keep crying over things that are not working for you, it will be very difficult for you to be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. You don't have to quit. Success will surely come. But you have to, first of all, make those little tiny steps. They may seem like they are not significant, but one day those same little tiny steps will help you see that you've actually moved and crossed a mountain. If it means unlearning things that you have picked up from your childhood, do it. If it means you going for counseling, you going for therapy in order for you to let go of certain things, do it. The most important thing is at the end of it all, we keep a positive mindset. So in conclusion, we're saying your attitude towards life determines how far you will go. So this has been the Spotlight, where we have meaningful conversations that edify, equip, and ignite the pursuit of purpose. Until we become, we will not relent. So from me, Chinesha Joyce will contact us. Bye-bye, and God bless you.